Good morning. Today's Tuesday, October 15th, and this is Wake Up with KERA News. I'm Andrew Garcia. Enjoy the sunshine and 90-degree weather today because it's going to cool off considerably overnight with a low near 50 degrees, some places even 40 degrees. It might be time to break out your sweater collection, it's sounding like. I can already smell the hot chocolate. It can take a while for firefighters to reach rural areas in Collin County, which could mean calls for help in those areas going unanswered. We'll have more on that in just a bit after today's news. First up, families and students are pushing back on Keller ISD's new theater policy. It says Keller's superintendent and cabinet have to approve student plays and musicals, even if the district already okayed them in the past. Some parents created a change.org petition to reverse the controversial rule, saying it's censorship. U.S. Senator Ted Cruz and Congressman Collin Allred will square off in their only debate tonight. It comes less than a week before early voting kicks off for the Texas Senate race on October 21st. You can catch the debate live tonight at 7 on WFAA Channel 8 and listen to 90.1 KERA News tomorrow morning for a recap. People who call 911 expect help to arrive quickly, but it can take a while for emergency services to reach rural areas in Collin County and other parts of Texas. City fire departments answer those calls. KERA's Caroline Love says they have limited resources that are running out, and they might not be able to help much longer.
Blue Ridge is less than 2 square miles in size, but its fire department responds to emergency calls in 68 square miles of unincorporated Collin County land. That's mostly rural areas that aren't a part of a city or town. The county pays Blue Ridge to have their fire department answer 911 calls in those unincorporated areas, and Blue Ridge relies on volunteer firefighters like Billy Dunn and Alyssa Pfeiffer. Dunn and Pfeiffer start their volunteer shift by flushing out the truck's water tank.
We want to clear that water out, get it clean so that we're not throwing rust on the fire too.
The fire engines Dunn and Pfeiffer use are old and need a lot of maintenance. One of them is almost 30 years old. The parking brakes on another truck aren't the best, and the firefighters have to chock the wheels when it's parked. But a new truck costs at least $2 million. Blue Ridge gets $80,000 a year from the county. Jason Brazel says that's not enough. He's the Blue Ridge fire chief. The city spends about $44,000 a year on fire services. Most of the emergency calls are in the unincorporated areas. Brazel says that drives up fuel costs and adds wear and tear to the trucks.
We're almost subsidizing the county calls with city funds in a way.
Brazel says the county hasn't increased the budget for fire services in unincorporated areas in over a decade. More money from the county would make a difference. Brazel says it could pay for new equipment or paid positions. Volunteer firefighters in Blue Ridge don't have to spend their shifts at the station. Pfeiffer and Dunn go home to their ranch once the truck is flushed out. They need to check on their animals. There are several sheep and goats, a pig named Bacon, 10 horses who were very interested in my microphone.
He's trying to put it in his mouth.
Lots of dogs, 2 squirrels in a hamster cage, and a female emu named Kevin who helps guard the sheep. Pfeiffer and Dunn have their emergency radios with them while they're checking on the animals. It takes them about 8 minutes to get from the ranch to the fire station. Then they have to drive to the call, which could be several miles away. Dunn says every second counts in emergencies.
15 minutes could be the difference between just your kitchen being on fire versus your whole house being on fire.
And it can take a while to get back to Blue Ridge from some of the unincorporated areas. That means Blue Ridge citizens may have to wait for help from their own fire department. Melissa City Manager Jason Little says his city's fire department ran into the same issue. Melissa stopped serving unincorporated areas earlier this month.
It's impossible with one fire station to cover that amount of square mileage efficiently and still be here for our community.
Brazel says other cities are thinking about opting out too unless they get more money from the county. He says the fire departments don't want to stop helping people, but they need more aid.
Collin County is supposed to be one of the richest counties in Texas, but We're not acting like it.
Yoon Kim is the Collin County administrator. He says the county commissioners recognize there's an issue.
We want to do the right thing. There's a lot of models out there. There's a lot of different ways this could go, but at this time we just don't have a definitive policy set yet.
Until that's figured out, volunteer firefighters like Dunn and Pfeiffer will keep using the resources they have to answer people's calls for help.
Where's Brian?
That was KERA's Caroline Love reporting. The Dallas Mavericks fell to the LA Clippers 110-96 last night. They are currently 0-3, but remember, this is just the preseason, so don't panic. They've got one more preseason game against Milwaukee on Thursday before the regular season starts later this month. And the Dallas Stars play the San Jose Sharks tonight at 7. They're looking to keep their undefeated streak alive for the season. We'll see if they get that win tonight. Meet up with Preservation Dallas at Old City Park on Saturday, and then head out for a tour of 4 Dallas cemeteries. Hear spooky and salacious stories as you visit cemeteries rarely open to the public, including Western Heights, where Clyde Barrows is buried and the final resting place of Bonnie Parker. For more information and other things to do, visit kera.org/calendar. Thanks so much for listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. This show was produced and edited by Shardae White and Becca Moore. For more news in your inbox, visit kera.org/wakeup. That's where you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter, written by our colleague Catherine Hobbs. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at KERATX. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.